Hi everyone, this is Liz from Creative Life of Liz, and I'm here planning for the week of October 13th through the 19th. This is in my B&R Paper Crafts Plan B planner. For this week, I am using a kit from B&R Paper Crafts. This is the Pirates of the Caribbean kit. As you can see from a few things missing, I have used this kit before. However, it's a deluxe kit, so there is a lot of stuff in here. So if I just kind of switch over, this is some full boxes, a little half box, and some skinny boxes, functional things, more functional things, glitter headers, little things, a bunch of washi strips, and then a bunch more functional things here. So basically I have 5 full boxes, and then I'm going to use these guys along with some other like this little half box to make everything work out for the week. So it's going to be interesting, but we're going to make it work and see how that goes. So I think what I'm going to do, I did pull out a few extras. I pulled these 2 kind of ocean-y washi tapes. I think this one goes this way, from Amazon to use as bottom washi. And then I did pull a zebra mild liner. This is in smoke blue to use for the dates up at the top. The first half this week, we're going to be in Venice, which is why I wanted kind of a water-themed kit. Obviously not pirates, hopefully, but I thought it would still be fun to use this kit for this week. So I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to put down all of the headers, the washi, write in the dates, or use the date dots plus write in whatever. And then I think I'm going to stick down these 3 guys. I'm going to put all the boxes through the middle. I'm going to do these 3 guys on my own because I am going to have to do like a little finagling with cutting and laying down. And that does take more work and goes a lot slower than if I'm just putting down full boxes. So I think I'll do those on my own before we chat about everything else, just because it's going to take a long time. And I think it'll be very boring. So I'm going to do all of that stuff, and then I will be back so that we can do the interesting bits. Here's where we are at so far. I ended up sticking glitter headers under these to make them more like full boxes. I put it a little too low on this one, so I just left them all the same and have it match up along with the top rather than more centered. But I think that it looks pretty fun still. I don't mind it. All right. Looking at these, we do have a lot of like repeats of things that are already in here. And so we're just going to kind of make that work out. So I think I'm going to put this guy here. This is not the matte vinyl, so I do have to be more careful about sticking things down because it won't come back up. And then I'm going to put this one over here to kind of separate the matchy-matchy. There we go. And then I think I'm going to stick maybe this one here, and then this one here, and then use the message in a bottle as my quote box. I would love to use the ship as my quote box, but that was a washi strips situation. So this page is now done. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good. Moving on to the sidebar, we do have not the usual pieces of things that we would, you know, typically have per se. So we're gonna have to kind of finagle a few things, I think. I'm going to start out with a little things header. I think I'm going to leave some gaps because I don't have that much to go in here. And then a habit tracker. I'll probably use this to track socials, but might be reading. We'll have to see. And then I think we'll use a today header. Why not? There we go. And then I'm going to put in this guy for meals. There are 7, so that means that I can just write, you know, MTW, etc. so on and so forth to get to the end there. So I think we're good to go there. And then I do still have some space underneath. Should I stick in another checklist? Sure. I'm going to stick in a to-do. There we go. And then I think I'll stick in this checklist. Short and sweet. And then this page, I do still have this little like half box left. All right, I think that's going to work out. All right. There. So let's see. Monday, the first thing that I have going on is we are taking a train to Venice. So that's what I'm going to stick in like so. Monday, Tuesday, the rest of it, I don't really know what we're doing. I just know that we're taking the train. And then Wednesday is basically just a travel day. So I'm just going to start out with one of these for starting our flights, and then we'll see what I fill in and how I fill it in. I know that ultimately the thing at the end of the day is going to be our last flight. We have 3 during the day, but I'm not sure how I want to divide up anything that we do in the airports, etc. All right, then we get back to work immediately. Super fun times. So that's what I'm going to stick in here and here. Oh, I did have something else for Monday. Well, hopefully I don't make you nauseous while I flip back. I do have a plan with me going up, or not a plan with me, another video. So I guess I will put that in here as well. It'll be my November kits, I believe. All right, moving back over here. So at the end of the day, it is going to be the start of curling. So that's fun. I'm very excited, but also that's going to be exhausting. So I'm going to stick in down here. It is going to be the last thing that we do for the day, I'm sure, because we are going to be dead from coming in the night before, etc. So I'm just going to put it in like so. And then let's see, Friday, I do have, I think I'm going to put up my plan with me. So I'm going to stick that in. And then towards the end of the day, my parents are coming into town and will be here for the weekend. So I'm just going to put that in like so. And then Saturday, Sunday, I'm not really sure what's going on. I do want to just put in just like a little guy here for my parents' anniversary. So I think that's where I'm going to leave it for the pre-planning. So this is what it's looking like. It's looking pretty good. I obviously have a good amount of stuff left still, and I can always pull in things from my stash if I need them as well. But I think that's where we're at. So stick around for just a second and you can see the finished spread. All right, here is the finished spread, and I think it turned out really cute. I'll give a little wiggle and a twerk for the bottom washi, but super pretty. I love how it turned out. I don't have very much left in the kit for sure. a couple of little boxes and headers here, some more boxes here, a few dates and a weekend banner, a couple of little pieces on these pages, and then these two are completely empty. Probably these few pages, I'm gonna just integrate these pieces into my leftover stash at some point, whenever I actually remember to do that. Since there's so little left, it's not really worth keeping together at this point. But regardless, for today, the spread is pretty much done, and I really pulled things specifically from that kit as much as possible. The only things I really added in addition were the zebra mild liner for the dates, these two washies from Amazon down at the bottom, and then this family time script, I believe is a B&R Papercraft script, but just not from this particular kit. Could be wrong, but I think that's who it's from. But otherwise, it's really just kit stuff. This week was really good, but super busy. We had a couple days in Venice, a travel day to get home, a couple of days to get my life put back together, and then my family visited my parents over the weekend. So a super fun week, but definitely very busy. So I think that's all I have for today. As always, please like and subscribe below if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. It helps me out. Let me know how your week went down below, or if you don't have anything you want to leave, but I would love to hear from you still. Leave me a ship emoji just to say hi, and we can chat down in the comments. And then follow me on Instagram and Blue Sky at Creative Life of Liz. I show in progress and finished spreads. I tag the shops on Instagram. I include them in addition to a description in the alt text on Blue Sky. I also show you bits and pieces of my life, what I'm reading, all that good stuff. And until next time, bye.